My name is Arturo Giamuniani, and I'm the president of Argent Homes. Well, hello, folks. Welcome again to our podcast. Let's talk about modern homes. This podcast is being brought to you by Argent Homes, which is the Tampa-based luxury modern home builder. Argent Homes build unique and exclusive modern homes in the Tampa Bay area. And you can visit our website to learn more about Argent Homes at www.argenthomes.com. Today's podcast is all about modern homes. My co-host is actually on the field on doing preparations for a big pour on one of the projects that we have. And obviously, it's just me. My name is Arturo Giamuniani, and I'm the president of Argent Homes. And today I will be your host. And this episode, it's about explaining to your folks a lot of details about modern homes, a lot of characteristics about modern homes. What makes a home a modern home? What makes a home a luxury modern homes? Features and attributes and so forth and so on that we're going to get into that a little later. I have to remind you this podcast is being presented to you every Thursday at 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's going to be live in Facebook, LinkedIn, Spotify, and YouTube. So you can watch us in any of those channels. Let's dive into all about modern homes. So a lot of people actually, when they contact us, one of the questions that I got from potential buyers is, what makes a home a modern home? Well, the first thing that comes to my mind, and obviously the most important thing, is the form of architecture. As we all know, modern is a form of architecture. We have contemporary modern, Scandinavian modern. For your folks that would like to know what is a Scandinavian, well, Scandinavian is a modern home that is perhaps kind of cold, because everything is white, is open, doesn't have any warm feelings. Especially if you have a family with kids, it's very cold. It's come from the some of the countries in Europe, the Nordic countries such as Norway, Sweden, Finland. That they really, in those countries, contemporary Scandinavian modern is actually the thing. Now, what we have in America, we add a touch of warm with some of the features that we include in houses, such as stone or wood, that makes the house not only modern, but it makes the house also warm. Now, when we're looking at luxury modern, for instance, how we determine that a house is modern? Are we looking at the design? Are we looking at the front elevation or the back elevation? Well, one of the things that's important, obviously, is the elevation. It's very unique elevation. One of the things that make it unique is the fact that every modern home must have a flat roof. That is one of the things, one of the items very characteristic of a modern home. In America, we have a combination of open space, for instance, is another feature. When you walk into a modern home, you don't find a lot of walls making divisions between rooms, living room, dining room, kitchen. It's open space. What the open space does is actually create the sense of openness, obviously, but it creates a sense of not being caged by walls, which is probably one of the features of a different type of architecture, which is traditional or transitional, where every room is defined by walls. We build open spaces where kitchen communicates with dining room area or family room areas. It's just one big room. It gives you the sense to, you actually utilize the room as much as you please, and have no issues obviously with furniture if it fit or they don't fit. Sometimes we do have things when we buy a couch on a traditional home, and for some reason the couch is bigger than the room or one of the walls. in a modern home that give you the ability to allocate furniture as you please. Also, characteristics of a modern home are for instance, for us, a big pivot door as a main door. Pivot door is being actually related to modern homes. We can install from 8-foot pivot doors, 8-foot tall pivot doors, to all the way to 20-foot pivot doors. For instance, most of our designs, they have the 20-foot pivot doors because we have a foyer that is 2 stories and allows us to put this huge pivot door as the main entrance of your modern home. One of the features of the modern homes, as well as important as the others, are windows. And why do I say windows? Is because having a home design with windows from floor to ceiling, they give you the sense that the outside is coming to the inside. You walk in a home and you see a lot of glass, a lot of windows, and if you have vegetations in the back, or if you have, the ocean in the back, or conservation in the back, it gives you the sense that Mother Nature is coming into your home. We don't use small windows. That's the different type of architecture. Modern homes is very characteristic that to make it a modern home, be a modern home, you need to have big windows, floor to ceilings. We use also impact windows because we are in Florida, and obviously because of the area that we build, we have to make sure that it's protecting the home and the people that live inside in case of a hurricane. Now, there is a lot of features besides windows and pivot doors and roof to make it a luxury modern home. Now we are going into what are we going to add to the specifics to make it luxury. One of the things that comes to my mind is flooring, or perhaps kitchen cabinets, or perhaps an elevator. Big outdoor space with a pool, a outdoor kitchen, a cabana, sauna. That sometimes we build saunas in master bedrooms. Obviously, bedrooms with a lot of space where we can include a modern a bar, a mini bar for the owners to wake up in the morning and basically have a cup of coffee before you leave the room. Closet space. Modern homes are very characteristics of having a big closet space. Again, it's about openness. What we do with closets is we design the closets. We add lighting, we add glasses, glass doors, for instance, and we create some specific requests that we have from clients. For instance, I got a client that requested a champagne room, champagne aisle, where she wanted to have an area for her and her friends to look at the shoes and pocketbooks that are on the closet and open up a bottle of champagne. There's a lot of luxury on homes that we even come with, and we are actually introducing. We're not repetitive. For instance, I can tell you, like, a 2-story wine cooler is one of the features that we use, or perhaps a cigar room is also one of the luxury features. But this one thing that lately is being requested and is being, when we build it, is a reason of wow, which is the rooftop terrace. Most of the homes that are built in the area, they have 2 stories, and obviously a lot of entertainment is being done outside the family room downstairs. Well, that is nice when you had a big lot. when you have a wide lot. Sometimes when you build a home in city lots, and we all know that city lots sometimes are perhaps a little bit of space, very tight to build a home and add entertainment on the back. We decided that when that is the case, and even in big lots we do it too, we build a third story. And a third story is an outdoor entertainment area, a rooftop terrace, if you will, where you can entertain people. You can have an extra kitchen, perhaps, or a bar. You can have a jacuzzi, and obviously, if you have a lot that has a beautiful view, you're probably standing at 40 feet above the ground on the third story, and the view is incredible. You can bring your guests through the elevator. They don't have to go through the house, although we have a set of stairs that you can actually climb. But at this point, climbing 3 stories, it's sometimes it can be tiring. So the entertainment is alive, if you will. Obviously, if you decided to go to the pool, then you need to go downstairs, and you got the pool area with their own entertainment. But the rooftop terrace is a sense of privacy, sense of also being related to Mother Nature because you are overlooking maybe the neighborhood because you are so high. Um, the sense of tranquility, and obviously the space that creates um, to your guests and to invite a lot of people and having a party in your house. Um, Now, a lot of people says, okay, do we have a different types of modern homes? Um, we talked about the contemporary. We talked about the Scandinavian. As far as types, I can say that in any modern homes, the type is defined by the front elevation. For instance, what do we want to have? We want to have the garages hidden from the front elevation, or we want to have the garage actually showing in the front elevation. Um, do we want to have lots of windows downstairs and upstairs, which actually you can actually see from the street? That is actually a big glass that goes 2 stories. There is a lot of combinations that when we design a new home that we use, to the point that we don't repeat our models, to the point that we are creative enough that we every time we have a new project, we design a new model in due respect of our buyers that they're investing their money in buying a luxury home, a modern home. I decided that it's a sense of respect for them to realize that their home is the only one they're going to see in the Tampa Bay area that is similar. So it's their unique home. That tells you that there's a lot of combinations that can be done on the front elevation and the back elevation. The combination of wood and stone, glass, even waterfalls. We have designed homes with big waterfalls in the front, where you can drive from the street and you see a waterfall on a house that is called for another wow, besides the 20-foot pivot door. Um, Now, the process for building a modern home. Well, some people says, okay, what do we do? What Argent Homes does, for instance, what do we do? We build spec homes. We buy the lot and we design a home. In 99% of the cases, we design a home thinking it's our home. That's why we include all of the possible luxury there is. For instance, bringing kitchen cabinets, handmade kitchen cabinets from Canada, or perhaps having tiles coming from Italy. It's a touch of luxury that we're trying to show in every modern homes that we build. But again, if you have your own lot, then you said, okay, what do I do if I want to build a modern home? Well, there is a lot of homework to be done as far as building a modern home on your own if you have your own lot. Just if you decided not to buy from the builder, okay? And there's a lot of people that have lots, lakefront or golf front or conservation, that they don't want to have a traditional home. They just decided that they want a modern home. Well, the first thing that I advise to these folks is it's very simple. If you want a modern home, you need to determine what are your likes, your wishes, your must-haves. For instance, I must have how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. I must have uh, only one kitchen, or maybe perhaps we can, or builder can build a prep kitchen or a chef kitchen in the back. Why am I saying that? Because modern homes, because they are open space, you have the kitchen actually facing the family room and the dining area. And if you have people in your house, the last thing that you want is to have these people, mingling on downstairs and seeing you cook. So what we did is I said, okay, let's build a peekaboo door, a secret door that will go from the kitchen to another kitchen in the back, which is called the chef kitchen or the prep kitchen. And this kitchen is basically is there where you do your cooking, where you have your plates, your utensils. So your main kitchen is not being touched. You can bring the food from the prep. Oh, so if you got a catering, they can put the food on the prep kitchen and just bring the food into the area where everybody's eating. So going back to the wishes, what do you wish to have? How many square feet? Make sure that the square feet that you choose will accommodate everything that you want in that house. For instance, an elevator. You want a wine cooler. Like I said, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how many balconies. Um, you can have, if the house has 4 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms, you can have at least three, including the owner suite with balconies, including in the design. How big of a family room? Okay, how many half bathrooms do you want in the property? Do you want a rooftop? Or perhaps you want a cigar room or a media room? Or like I said, or a wine cooler? How many garages? So there is so many wishes that a lot owner can have in their mind, saying, I would like to have my dream home being built, and this is what I wish, but not only wish, this is what I must have. And then go into my wishes. Okay, after I do all that, I would like to have, you know, any size swimming pool with the any size outdoor kitchens and the cabana and the jacuzzi and patios, or the kind of landscaping. What about, the front of the house with x amount of pavers, x kind of pavers. There is a lot of wishes. Okay, the rooftop is perhaps a wish. Maybe it's not a must-have, but it's a wish. Um, uh, Again, it depends on the also the family that is actually going to live there. I might have. I wish to have a place that I would have. I wish to have a gym where I can do exercise, or a place for my kids to do homework, or for my wife to do yoga. Those are the wishes. We have the must have. We got the wishes, and then we got the likes, where the likes are, for instance, even though that every modern home can be a smart home, but one of your likes will be, I want a full completed smart home, not only with cameras or automatic blinds, automatic lighting, security cameras, speakers that are actually behind the wall. You don't see the speakers on your home. You know the music is coming from somewhere, but you don't see the speakers because we build them behind the wall. So going back to the process, when you decide what type of modern home do you want, and that's a decision that what you really want to have, must have, wishes, and likes. Then you go to an architect and you say, okay, well, this is the plan. I need you to design me a house a modern home that has all this. Once the architect works on the plans, obviously there's a process, not just the plans. It's a process of permits, engineering, landscaping architect. There's a lot of people getting involved in one project. So I recommend for people that wanted to build their home to perhaps, if it gets to modern architecture, research. Not every builder in any town will build a modern home. I will do the research based on the builder's experience with the luxury modern home product, because that's what they do every day. Um, Linear vents in ACs are much different in a modern home than in a traditional homes. And if you don't have those linear vents, then the house doesn't look modern. There's a lot of details, not just big windows and stuff like that. There's a lot of small details that makes a home a modern home. So if you are in the market to build your own home, I would say do your research and contact a builder that is doing the same thing, has the experience, has the know-how, and perhaps engage with this builder in a contract to build that home that you dream. Or maybe the same builder that you contact, maybe it can actually design the house for you. So you're saving the time of your own architect, which we don't know if that architect is familiar with modern architecture. So there's a lot of research that has to be done in order to come up with the actual home that will make you happy. And then obviously then there's a time to submit it for permitting and build it. Now, how long does it take to build a modern home? That's another of these questions that I've been asked by a lot of people. They see this home. Sometimes some of our homes have 8,000-9,000 square feet. How long does it take to build this home? Well, normally an average of time for us, and maybe from any builder, when it tackles a big project, we're looking at least 18 months since the time that we received permitting. Now, if you're talking about the time that you start the process and the design can take a few months between going back and forth and getting what you want, or even for the builder, if he builds a spec home. The design is very important because based on the design is going to be the success of this home. So the design and the engineering and the plans, that will take at least, and the permitting, it will take at least 6 months. And then you got another 18 of construction. So let's round it up to 2 years. If you're in the market for something sooner, and if you ask anybody to hurry up, that's a big mistake. These homes cannot be hurried. This home needs to be done with precision. They're custom homes, and you don't want anyone to make it early than 18 months, because then something's going to go wrong, or they're going to cut corners, or they're not going to get the quality that you deserve. So unless you are really to wait to get the home of your dreams, I would say don't do it, because having the conversation with the builder is saying I can do it in a year, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be really difficult based on our own experience. That's one of the things that you need to analyze. And also they say, well, what about the cost? Okay. Some of my colleagues, they said, well, I charge X amount of dollars per square feet to build. So people, obviously, because of the different type of architectures, they were, like traditional or transitional. You can say I charge X amount of dollars to build per square feet. But then you said, okay, but if I do this, I'm going to charge you more. If I put a fan, you're going to charge you for the fan. Or if I put an extra outlet, it's going to charge you for an extra outlet. If I put crown molding, that's an additional, that's an upgrade. If the granite is not of your pleased, or you want an upgraded granite on the kitchen, then yeah, it is an upgrade. Well, people are used about that, but I think that when you offer a product that is luxury modern, this should not be any room for upgrades. Everything should be upgraded. Everything should be included. There's nothing to upgrade because everything is included. The only thing that you need basically is your furniture. And even for us, for instance, I offer the furniture as well. I mean, we created renderings to see how the house is going to look at the end, right? And in the renderings, we have furniture. That furniture can be allocated, it can be purchased, it can be delivered to the house, and it's going to look like the rendering when the house is done. So if you're looking at a couch that fits in this room, oh, I like that couch. Well, that couch is not just a rendering, it's not just a template or a design coming from some sort of a software program. No, that template comes from a company that produces that furniture, so it can be purchased, it can be shipped, and it can be in your home. And I have clients that they prefer to do that because when they see this 6,000, 5,000, 7,000, whatever thousand square feet home there is, the first question that comes to their mind is, "Oh my God, I don't have any furniture that goes with it. I would like to have the furniture that is on the renderings because otherwise my furniture would not look the same. I have a different type of furniture, and if I need to buy it, then I need to hire an interior designer so they can have tell me what I need to buy." Well, looking at the renderings, once you're either building or you're buying from a builder, looking at the renderings, and if you like the furniture that is already there, that furniture can be allocated, it can be purchased, and it can be delivered, and it can be in your home. And then you have the house that you saw in pictures when they were building it. It's going to look the same as the one that you see in real life. Talking about the cost, for instance, again, I mentioned that some of my colleagues, they have a set price of square price per square feet. We don't do that. If a modern home builder give you a price, is not actually something accurate. And I say this because there is so many things that involves in building a modern home that it's going to be impossible to really give you an exact amount without incurring in upgrades. For instance, you are in the market for a modern home and you said, Art, I want you to build me a home, for instance, and I need a rooftop, I need elevators, I need a prep kitchen, I need porcelain tile, I need this size swimming pool, I need a pop-up golf, I need an outdoor kitchen this size, I need all of the things, all of your wishes, all of your must-have. Then I can give you a price. Why? Because now I know what you want. I know how much it's going to cost, and I know how much I can charge you. But if we don't have any idea what we're building and we're just building the structure of a modern home, well, get ready and prepare to spend money that you don't even know how much because the builder doesn't know how much because of their must have and your wishes. And therefore, the builder cannot give you an exact price when there's nothing to actually show this is the price that I'm going to charge, especially when you first contact the builder. Most people said, how much you charge for the square feet when you build a modern home? And I said, I don't know. Not because I don't know, it's because I don't know what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me you must have. I will give you a price. And it differs for every house. It's different. Why? Because of the whatever we need to include determines how much it's going to cost. The one thing for sure is when you do that, you don't have to think about anything extra because all of the upgrades are included. Yeah, definitely you got the choice of colors, what type of quartz do you like, what type of design on the quartz, what type of, okay, we got porcelain tile. There is a wide variety of porcelain tiles. You can choose that. We have something very unique, which is moods on our modern homes, which is the light mood or the darker mood. In the light mood, the floors are light, the walls are light, the kitchen is light. Everything is really light colors. In the darker mood, everything is kind of a darker color. and it looks magnificent. Not because it's dark or it's light, it will be maybe day or night. No, it depends on taste. So yeah, you can say to me, okay, I want this house and I want a darker mood. Then we work on getting you a darker mood. Everything. Obviously, it has to be a balance. Everything is not going to be dark, but the major components are darker. And obviously the homeowner or the buyer have choices if they come early into the construction process to choose, like I said, colors, patterns, um, you know, uh, different things, plumbing supplies or electrical supplies. They want to change for whatever is on the rendering. I don't like this lamp. Can you put a different lamp? I don't like this this plumbing fixture. Can we do something different? Um, Talking about plumbing fixtures, one thing that I didn't mention is owners' bathrooms or bathrooms in general. Um, we build an exclusive luxury bathrooms that are similar to any hotel, any high-end hotel that you see around the world that has this bathrooms that are out of this world. And most of you that travel probably said, "Oh my goodness, I would like to have a bathroom like this in my house." Well, we're trying to make it happen with jets, showers, two showers, um, uh, a lot of electronic components that will make that bathroom a state-of-the-art bathroom. But again, it's about wishes, it's about must-have, and it's about wants. Um, Now, when you're looking for a modern home, obviously one thing that you need to consider if you are in the market and you actually are looking to buy a modern home, and I'm going to finalize with this on this podcast, um, is the fact that there is a lot of modern homes being built. Yes, there's a lot of builders. They jump on this wagon about building modern homes. Yes, I would say, like in any trade, uh, for instance, doctors or architects or engineers, try to find the person who specializes in the product. And the reason that I'm saying that is, if and I'm not trying to say this because I want to talk about other colleagues, because that's not the point in this podcast. Is the fact that if a builder does Mediterranean traditional transitional bungalows and has also some modern homes, obviously he is not specializing in modern. It's one extra product in his portfolio. um, I will try to find somebody that specializes in what you want. It's like, if you need to have brain surgery, you're not going to go to the just the doctor. You need to go to the brain surgeon who specializes in doing brain surgery. It's not the same, but it's similar concept. And the reason is obviously the builder that is in this business of building modern or luxury modern homes, they have more experience, have nailed down the details, can give you a really a budget that is very real when it comes into finances. It has access to latest technology in modern homes. Is because the only thing they do is building modern homes. Um, Now let's talk about this podcast. Let me give you an advance. We're going to talk next week. Obviously, again, this podcast is being, uh, mm, uh, we do this on every Thursday from 2 to 3. Um, Next podcast is going to be, we're going to be talking about all about the real estate market in the Tampa Bay area. We're going to discuss how the real estate market is actually what's happening in the market, what's coming up, um, uh, what is the future, what is the health of the real estate market in the Tampa Bay area. Um, that will be our next week podcast, again on Thursday between 2 and 3. And please tune us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn to and watch us. And thank you so much for being here again. It was a pleasure to talk about modern homes. It's a passion that I have about modern homes, and we will be talking about obviously throughout of these different podcasts about different items that is happening in this area, but obviously putting a lot of emphasis on modern architecture, luxury modern architecture. Thank you very much for joining us, and I see you next week.